This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand. Everybody.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next to me, I do it like
Talking Heads is brought to you by Percy's Island Games, Cancer Treatment Centers of AME, KFC, John's Department Store, Fidelity Bank Bahamas, Fine Threads, Carifta Aquatics 2024, Nassau Cruise Port, Commonwealth Bank, Fincastle Media Group, the Cleveland Clinic, and Barefoot Marketing.
Them want poison me, throw me thing up. Pass me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up.
Good afternoon, good day, happy Tuesday. How is everybody? Today it's Talking Heads Thursdays with Pearly, 5.9 FM. How you doing today? How's everybody? This weather, 1 minute it's cold, the next minute it's hot. What we can do? I know when I was in college, they used to say March was either come in like a lamb and go out like a lion, or come in like a lion and go out like a lamb. I mean, like it can either snow plenty early March and then be hot, or hot early March and snow. Not so trying to get like that. It was kind of, other night I found myself looking for my comforter. But this, the Bahamas, it's beautiful outside. It's nice day. So, and we're getting there to some, I'm sure we are. How's everybody doing? If you want to call in, it's 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free is 242-304-5720. And the call in, the text line powered by BTC is 422-4796. I was supposed to have a guest. Dr. Sands was supposed to be my guest, but he got called into surgery. So there's an outside chance I will not get to talk to the brother today. But I would rather him save a life than come on the radio and talk, and we can always get to do that. So do what you got to do, brother, and make sure do it well, which you always do. So let's look at the Guardian. What's in the papers this morning? BPL union ups demands for consultation. Silence on deal worsening morale. PHA says PMH mold being cleaned up. I got something to say about that. Bahamas ranks very high in Human Development Index. And Davao government preparing wellness campaign. Again, in the business section, let's see what's going on here. Villanova's third phase to be completed by year end. All out. Suncast seeking to solve banking challenges in North Andros. Street Smart app only for cruise port businesses for now. UK Bahamas trade improving, says British High Commissioner. And this gas thing keeps going up and down and all around. Rubis 538, SO 545, and Shell 561. So, the two hot things going on, right? Three things, but I want to talk about this PHA thing first. That's the hospital. We have to wait for somebody to expose mold. What happened to the people who cleaning? What happened to the safety department? The cleaning department? The people who are supposed to be doing the work? You ain't gonna see that mold build up. You ain't gonna see that starting this form. But you have to wait for it to come to clean up. What are we doing for anti? And this ain't the first time this problem they had this problem. Why are we doing some preventative measures being taken so we don't come down to this? We don't know maintenance in this country. And I'm not just knocking y'all, PHA. No. Other places I've been to, and other places, they don't have no kind of maintenance program. No kind of equipment maintenance and program. So when the available things break down to fix them. And if we maintain and do things it'll work out. My dad used to say, you ain't got your poor, you got to look poor. Clean up the yard, rake up the yard. It looks better. Boy, we got to do something. And then we had a big talk about BPL. I feel for the people there because you don't know if you got a job. School getting ready to close in a couple of months. Kids can be looking to go off to college, stuff like that. People don't know what kind of moves to make. What kind of commitment, because they don't know if they can have a job. They don't know what, even though you say you ain't nobody can lose, you don't know that yet. You really should tell these people what's going on. Come clean, man. Transparency is important. And then the next thing I'm really concerned about is the NIB fiasco. Ooh, come on. I see the opposition called for the minister to resign for misleading us again. I'm using their words. What's going on? Are we having an increase or not? Are we having one increase or several increases? Why ain't nobody coming to say anything to us so we can know what's going on? April, May, June, July, 4 months. Not even 4 months, 3.5 months. It's April, this middle of February, so we almost there. I mean, middle of March, sorry, we almost there. So we're not understanding. Nobody's telling us what's going on. Speculation like crazy out there, and you get little releases from OPM and from the public relations guy, Mr. Raming, and been coming and sitting down and being real with us on this. The minister says something, OPM say another thing. Minister going quiet, nobody saying nothing. What's going on? What's going on? Why these things that, to me, simple? Listen, I don't think we have a problem, and I can't speak for everybody, so don't say I speak for everybody. I think most people understand what's going on in terms of what has to happen at NIB, because we've been talking it for years. This has been out there when somebody said you got to do this, and another person in parliamentary said, and it was back and forth. But just want to know what exactly is going to happen. Just tell me, y'all, should the minister resign according to OPM giving us false information or the wrong information? I don't think he's going to come there. I don't think he's going to come there and say something that did not discuss in cabinet. I can't see that. I honestly don't see that. So somebody ain't telling us the true story. And I just want to know. I just want to know what's going on. What we gonna do? Do I have to start planning to pay an extra couple dollars a month? And then do I have to look at another 2 years? See, like I say, in certain amount of years, I won't have to be paying national insurance. I can be collecting, but I won't be able to collect. What I'm concerned about my kids, my grandkids, your grandkids, and you young people listening, because y'all going to tote the burden of this. And to be honest with you, most of them around there, who in the house, who doing that, some of them ain't going to be around to do. That's what I mean. I don't say I go say they can die. I don't know. They can be collecting men, so they can be paying, so they ain't going to feel it like that. It's us, not us, but you know, or you all. How do you feel about that? Should the minister resign, or are we just blowing this all out of proportion? Is the union warranted for being so concerned for his membership? The morale at BPL is low. I ain't want my lights them go off and the fellas take forever to come fix the thing. Something happened. And if you ain't happy on the job, you ain't gonna perform. What you say there? What's going on? Every time you look at all kind of things going on, all kind of things happening. It's like mismanagement. Like we don't have an idea what we're doing. Like we lost. And they ain't just plugging just the government, just some other places too. But there's too many things that are happening, lack of communication. We're not following the rules. We're doing whatever we want to do. We're not talking. What's going on the road? I asked me, said Bahamas ain't a real place. Bahamas is a real place that has many problems, but we're a real place. But I know what they mean. That's that's young people talks. I know what they mean by that. I'm happy to see that the government is preparing a wellness campaign. So when we can do this wellness campaign, when this can kick off, preparing again. Fighting a campaign to fight non-communicable diseases, including obesity, diabetes, hypertension, which affects all of us, including me. The diabetes part. So what's the program? How soon it can come out? Why we keep talking about these things? This budget year almost over. This April, May, June, 3 months in the budget year over. Is this something coming out of the new budget, or is this something coming now? Questions are being asked, and we need some answers. Straight up answers. I said, text all over me. Burley, who is y'all? I disagree with mandatory NIB payments from jump, but it gotta be them, because as far as I'm concerned, you as a Canadian or American. I know. It's interesting. Caller, I didn't say. Let me text. Let me be clear. Let me be clear on the text though. I did say y'all. I say speaking for me, and it might be all of y'all. So don't get mad at me, okay, like that. Caller, you on the air. How you doing today? Are you there, caller?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, my brother. How are you?
I'm in good shape, man. I'm in good shape, as always. No, maybe I think I know what happened. The actuary made some projections into the future.
Yes.
Right? The government wants to be a little bit more cautious and only go annually with their figures. That's all it is. But what should have happened, the their minister should have been given an opportunity to make the correction himself instead of the PM rolling over him like that and making him look like a child.
Yeah.
Now, if the PM was such a great leader, he would say, now, my brother, you have to go and just say it like this. And explain to the people, the actuaries took us 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ahead.
Now, the actuaries are looking at this now for the last 10 years, because I remember having a meeting with the actuary back in 08, 09, 10, maybe around there, and who actually put this out and started to say this from then. So I think we've been ignoring this. Both governments, all governments have been ignoring this, and now, did they say roosters coming home to crow or crow, something like that? That's how they say it?
Yeah, but the government don't want to be held to the projection, the future figure. They want to go because they can't see past 1 year.
Well, they can't see past 2026, I believe. I being real. You're knocking them, you can't. That's been a problem with many governments. We can't see past the next general election. And then when these governments make decisions that take us 10, 15 years ahead, people vote them out because they can't, they mad. They want to understand what they're doing.
Well, mind you might have a point there, but then all of it with leadership abilities would have given the minister a chance to clear it up instead of him coming and revealing a trump card over the man, making the man look so small.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it. That's my
if he was really a man, I would have resigned. He don't need his job.
Yeah, I know. He's a very good lawyer. Very, very good lawyer.
Yeah.
He wants to give service. I know him personally. He's a really good man. He wants to give service, but I guess,
But the way he speaks, you could tell that he's sincere.
Yeah, he is. He's a cool brother.
He doesn't talk as if he's trying to hold back on words and think and say, maybe I have some agenda. I can't say it like this because but you could clearly see. If you look at Power Secure, wasn't it the PLP government that have all this up in the air, all this.
Yeah.
So this is the same group of people, and there's a lot of money when you bring somebody in. And you could, because I remember I used to work along with a minister, and I can tell you what, he told me point blank, here's the deal. We would get a foreigner to offer a contract to, and the foreigner would give us a kickback. This is what the minister told me. But if I were to get a Bahamian to do it, and when the Bahamian give me a kickback and get mad at me, he go in public with it. And this is the way they operate. The same P, whatever you want to call it, P on them P. It's all of, so that's the way it's going on in the country because you only got 5 years. You can't do nothing much for the people in 5 years instead of just robbing Peter to pay Paul.
But
That's all you
I
can do.
disagree. You know, I think you could get a lot done in 5 years if you stick to the grindstone. If you do what you're supposed to do, stop playing around. Stop. What the young people say, stop slapping up, and do what you're supposed to do. You could get some things done.
You're giving them too much credit.
Listen, there are many low lines. When you go pick mango, you don't try climb to the top of the tree. You pick them, said you could reach right away first.
Too much credit. You see, these are the ones who cutting down the tree to get all the mangoes. See, they're not thinking about what's going to happen later on. You know,
I gotcha.
I studied with the Rosicrucians, and they said, here's how you have a balanced life. You have to be aware of what's going on around you.
Yes.
And then you have to be clear about what you see that's going on around you.
Point.
And then what you see going around you, the creative spirit should be awakening you to create something new. And then when you do all of that, you find balance. You see, you find homeostasis. But these people have been doing whatever they've been doing all their life, was just trying to find a way to get someone off in the legal system. That's in their blood.
Okay.
So you can't expect to get more from them. You squeeze an orange, you get orange juice.
Yes.
You squeeze the PLP, you get P. On. All right, have a good day.
You too, my brother. Let me read these texts. Correction, I'm a Canadian or American. Okay, sorry, Dexter. I got you. The chickens are coming home to roost. And to some degree they are. Some degree they are. You know, sometimes they sit down and they wonder why people want to be in government, you know, considering that they talk about trying to get this done and get that done. And it ain't going to be that much easier for the next people. I don't think so. So we look at BPL, don't know what's going on, who coming in, what they doing. We're not privatizing BTCL, we're just bringing in strategic. At what capacity, how? You're signing a contract, they're getting the part ownership, they're getting profit sharing, what? Or is that the new way of calling something privatized? Strategic partners. I just want to know. And I'm sure a lot of behemoths out there want to know. And Dexter who say, you know, you're never for NIB. A lot of us are never for it. But it has come handy to a lot of people. Unemployment benefits, sick benefits, maternity benefits, death benefits. They've come in handy. And we've all claimed of them for death benefits for family members. And that check goes straight to the morticians. So while we may argue and say, aye for this and all that, there's some of us that need to have NIB in place, NHI in place. So while you Dexter may not agree with it, that's fine, that's your opinion, I hear that. I happen to agree with it. Now, what level we should be taxing at, how we operate the quote-unquote slush fund, some people call it, is another question. And I'm concerned about, are we getting our monies back from the people who, when we rents and all that, and investments? Are we making us money back? So why we would rent them if we ain't gonna make no money back? That's my concern. You know? So I just need to know. Next caller, see what he has to say. Caller, you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, guy?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I good.
That's good.
And 1 week in baseball starts, so I happy. But anyway, we ain't talking sports yet. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're good, sure, man. No worry about that. once you happy, I happy.
Amen. So what's up, Pumpkin?
I hear these people babbling their lip about this national insurance thing. It's bad PR.
Okay.
I do PR. And they put it on the blame of my professor, Alfred Sayers. Alfred is only a minister. But the main players are the managers who manage the game, what you would say.
Yeah.
They are the one who could have they have a time. That's a time to redeem themselves. Tomorrow they have a press secretary tomorrow. I think what they call it, the prime minister's office. The prime minister's office. What do they call it again?
The press briefing.
Press briefing.
Yeah, press conference, whatever they call it. But it's the press briefing, the weekly press briefing, yeah.
How about NIB spokesman come in there and explain everything in detail?
But the minister said, when he gave his breakdown of what's going on, he said that representatives from NIB would be making the rounds talk
Right.
shows and different places explaining to you what's going on.
Right.
And so
They
my
need to
thing
come
is,
on-
they need
Come
to
on
come
down and explain it tomorrow.
Yeah, because the midterm budget already passed in the House. I mean, only the Senate got to pass it. But
Yeah,
they should
but-
come and start going around and tell us what's going on. So we know if the
Right.
minister is wrong, come and tell us, correct us.
Right. And that midterm budget is not a budget. That's up to date of what's going on.
No, they make some adjustments. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure-
you can make a judgment. You could do that. But people
no,
think it's the budget was coming up in June.
No, that the midterm budget was
Right.
brought in by Prime Minister Ingram, and it was brought there for you to have a review of where we at midterm in the middle of the year.
Exactly.
So we
And
need to know what adjustment. Instead of you waiting till June to see you mess up or you
Right.
you look at it and it really supposed. I think it was supposed to be January. You know, just look at it then and
Right.
review it and see where we at and what has to happen.
And what you need is don't spend it. You spend too much.
Yeah.
It also look at how the economy can handle it.
Yes.
For the rest of the 6
pretty much
months.
so. Pretty much in the simplistic terms. Yes.
Right. But let me just say, I hear somebody criticize my officers, compare notes to a Jamaican professor. Everybody professor in their own way, but officers, it's a darn right, high quality Bahamian professor. He teach at universities in the United States. And some people don't turn back to serve their country. He come back.
Yeah.
That's the most greatest thing about it. Some people don't like their country, but he love his country.
Yes.
He want to make a play
Yes.
for his people.
I personally think he's being thrown under the bus. I personally think that.
Yeah, so by who?
By the Prime Minister.
No, man.
Yes, he's being thrown under the bus.
Don't let the dictators.
Listen,
get
ain't
that.
nobody letting no day. Listen, let's be clear. The good minister got up in the House of Assembly and made an announcement of what's happening in NIB, correct?
Right.
Office of the Prime Minister come back and basically say he's wrong. So
And
who
is
throwing
it-
who under the bus?
Bad PR.
How's it bad PR? Tell me, explain that to me so I can understand.
Well, you know how PR what PR does, right?
I have a pretty
Public
good.
relations.
I have a pretty good idea what it does.
Public relations, it's a duty not to make you look silly in the press. I know if you ever watched conference in the United States in the government.
Yes.
Okay, their job to make if they press to make a boo boo, their job to make him look like he's the smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever their job is, because you watch movies over there, I watch movies. How they hide all the president date. Now, I'm not saying we do that. I'm not saying we do that.
Pumpkin, I can stop you right there because you ain't.
No, I'm not saying that.
But
I'm
you ain't
saying
answer
that.
you did not answer my question, my brother.
Oh, what's
That's
your
all I said.
question?
You tell me that is bad PR. I'm asking you, how is that bad PR? Make me understand how that's bad PR. One minister gets up and says we're going to increase NIB 1.5% every 2 years beginning July 1, 2024 and ending June 30th, 2044. That's what I was heard him say. Then the Prime Minister come back and say that ain't gonna happen. That ain't how it go.
You ever with BIS?
So please, I know, but I worked there before.
Okay.
So please make me understand.
I
how's
told
that bad
you,
PR?
the BIS
Uh-huh.
and the press briefing both to work together, make sure, I don't know if NIB had a PIS, I mean PR too, but they were to make together, make it clear to the public such and such a thing based on facts.
But Pumpkin, I thought Anton was bad, but you almost as bad as him. You ain't seen the light yet, or what I trying
But
to
you don't want to understand it, like.
I ain't gonna understand the light that one man call and tell the next one he lie. Basically, if you put it that way, one man tell you lied to the people. So
no,
how,
it's not the
so
lie.
please,
That's like
you still ain't making me understand how's that bad PR.
The information is not. What? Hey, you understand now. I know it's Bahamian. You sound like a Bahamian.
I born and bred. I older than you.
Okay.
It's all right.
It is misunderstanding. It's not clear to the people. NIB or BIS need to come forward and clean it up, making sure the information. Everybody understand. This was said by Shane Gibson, you know, when he was minister. He said not so sure need to be guided. But you know that's about most of the spending. You know you're going to disagree with this. Dr. Minister government.
And which way?
You mean they spend all that spending for during Corona?
So they shouldn't help the people. That's what you're saying?
And I say they should have the people, but they overspend the NIB money.
Oh, gotcha. So that part of and you what you're telling me is that part of COVID is the reason why NIB in the position.
But I'm telling you that I add to it.
Well, it might add, but how much did it add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10?
But that's where I'm not an accountant.
Okay, brother.
I don't like accountants.
I got a next call on the line.
You got to invite those people coming. Like,
I can do that.
Show to the
Trust me.
punk what he's talking about.
I can do that. Trust me.
Have a good day.
Okay. I got to call you on the air. Oh, Lord of mercy. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Thank God for life. How you doing, my brother?
Very good. And don't let these callers try to tie you up and put a swing on whatever is going on. They know exactly what time of the day it is.
Yeah, I know. I know. And I was just getting off on him.
Yeah, Punkin to them, they always try to put a swing on what's supposed to be the reality.
Yes.
Reality is, though, what Alfred said in Parliament and what he did, two ways about it. It called for him to resign from his position as Social Service Minister and National Insurance.
Okay.
He's on so many occasions, he displayed that he is not able to either bring the truth to Parliament, or secondly, he let those persons who he sit under the authority lead him or misguide him.
Okay.
Okay? He going to stand up as a real man in our country when he in Parliament, unless he need not say anything. Because this ain't the first time that Alfred says has done that.
Okay.
And Raming, when they come and speak, they get their information from the Prime Minister. We let the Prime Minister get off with too many things in this country that we know, the general public know, that only could have come from him. Here it is. A general election is within the next 2 years after July.
Yes.
We know that. So when he went back there and somebody must tell him, look here, you all talk about increase it within the next two years, election time, pull that off the table.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened. Okay? And if you see them get back, you're going to suffer the consequences again. Okay? Everything is politically motivated by them. They don't look at what is best for our country. Everything is just political and for them to survive in office. That's all it is, my brother.
Okay.
Okay? They're not looking at what is best for the Bahamas. And I listened to Shane Gibson last night on, Guardian Radio.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Let me tell you something. If truth be told, Strong subdivision, it was a building, it was where the government built some homes. You know what the government did? Now, housing?
Uh-huh.
They get $12 million. $12 million from National Insurance. And they went and built almost 20 or 30 homes in that subdivision. And there's another subdivision where they spent another $30 million. When the project started, those houses was going for $69,000. And you know what they did? They put $12 million on, I wouldn't call the person name account. Okay? And when they calculated, the housing project only was $2 million, and a company that I know, or a law office, which was managing the money for National Insurance, they got almost $10 million.
No, man, can't be.
Out of that deal. I could tell you that. Okay? That's where the money is, okay? And other than that, for those persons who do not pay National Insurance, there's a whole group of people in our country, companies, would do not pay. These files are beyond the average person in NIB.
But all that stopped since this government. They stopped prosecuting and going after the money.
They don't bother that. But there's certain level they can't even go after.
I got you.
That's what's happening in our country, okay?
Okay.
So Bahamians need to wake up and see exactly where we are. We ain't going nowhere, in particular under this government.
Heard you.
Thank you very much for your time, my brother.
Thanks for calling, my brother.
God bless you.
You too. Mr. Producer, let's take a break. We ain't take our break yet. Let's take a quick break. This is Talking Heads Thursdays with Pearlie, 96.9 Guardian Radio. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity Future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
At Sunshine Insurance, we've got you covered for everything under the sun. Whether it's health, medical, life, home, aviation, or marine insurance, our comprehensive coverage and reliable service ensures that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. So, don't let uncertainty cast a shadow over your future. Choose Sunshine Insurance and put some sunshine in your life. Call us today at 502-6500 or visit our website at sunshineinsurance.com.
Burger King Nassau gives you everything you love in a Whopper, plus more, with the new Texas Double Whopper. Sink your teeth into 2 juicy quarter-pound flame-grilled patties, delicious bacon sliced jalapenos, yellow mustard melted cheese, plus all the fixings you love, served on a soft sesame seed bun. Try it in a classic combo with fries and a drink at any of our 7 locations. But hurry, because the new Texas Double Whopper is only available for a limited time, and only at Burger King Nassau.
And we're back. Talking Heads Thursday, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This Pearly in the house. Let me read a couple of these texts, and then we're going to go to this caller. Texas says, Pearly, please tell Pumpkin he's out of touch with what's happening in this country, and he needs to be more objective and not so subjective. Okay. All right. That was the text. Oh, my phone. These are the people. Okay. We got another caller. Caller, you on the air? How you doing, caller? What's up?
Hey, Pearly, what's happening?
Hey, right here. How you doing, man?
Boy, radio, man. I truly enjoyed all of the previous callers that I was able to listen to thus far.
Thank you.
Pearly, there's a couple of questions that I have to ask. First and foremost, you know, if the current prime minister is at the age now where he may be stepping down, who in that party would be the next person to fulfill the leadership role? Wouldn't you think that one very interestingly, Alfred Sayers is a senior who could potentially carry that portfolio, seeing that during the Christie administration he actually threw his name in the hat.
Okay. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did run for leader before. He did.
Okay. My question then would be: do you believe that he may have been set up to take the fall for this thing, therefore shifting the spotlight from the prime minister?
I don't know. I mean, it's a theory, but I can't. I think he's been thrown under the bus. I think he's taking blows that he shouldn't be right now. But you know, if it was me, and I working for you, and you're doing me like that, man, I get home. I don't need this. Bye. I resign.
Well, you see, Pearly, the sad part about this whole thing, and like you said, politics in this country is nasty and it stinks. It don't have to be, but it is. You're going to find that persons asking these very critical questions in the public domain. You watch what happens to persons like me who would be asking these very crucial questions. You know, someone actually threw something at a few of us the other day and told us that we are anti. And the sad part about it is when you have persons who actually came up under the PLP, got to understand what the PLP is all about, understand the foundations and the philosophies of the party, but yet decided not to be a part of this current administration, how could you be anti-PLP? The thing is, what a lot of us told them was, you know, some of the policies are really what really turned a lot of people off. And the mere fact that you talk about the PR machinery, it's not doing a great service in informing the Bahamian people so they can have informed, rational mindsets towards what the party's trying to accomplish, as they say, for the betterment of the Bahamian people. But when that is lacking, what else do you expect the people to do? They are going to consider, based upon the information that or the lack of that they have, they're going to make a determination on the performance of the political party. You cannot blame a person for that. But I'll close on this one very crucial point here.
Yes, sir.
You know, I personally believe that knowing the learned Alfred Sayers for who he is, you know, all of us have our flaws.
Yes, we
but
do.
This is one learned man who has his ducks in a row.
Yes.
And like someone said, this is not the first time there was a gap. It isn't the second time there was a gap. But obviously, he could be used as a pawn and take the fall, take one for the team, take two for the team, and to throw things up. I just believe primarily that we have to do a much better when it comes down. Right now, honestly to say, and they hate to hear this, but the messenger will always bring the message. You can hate the messenger, but the message is always going to be truthful and it's going to be forthright.
Always look at the message.
If you cannot get your messaging correct, and if you cannot produce and show that what you're doing is for the betterment of the Bahamian people, then they're going to believe what you don't want them to believe, and that's as simple as that. But let the chips fall where they may. We're just going to see if we can get this country off autopilot and finally get this to the benefit of the Bahamian people far and wide. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling. That's interesting. Before I take this next caller, let me quickly read these couple of texts here, okay? Nope, not me. My point is a democracy. I should not be mandated to pay money to care for people that didn't spend their money and working life wisely. Text, it ain't necessarily that, you know. You know what it costs to go to the hospital? You know what it costs? What's up, Pearly? Keep this a secret. Don't read it. Oh my! Listen. I don't pre-read these things, you know. But I'll get off the radio. Okay, no problem. Pearly, watch people freak out by hearing Shane lead the PLP. Boy, I tell you, we are not forgiving people. Interesting. Hey, Pearly, I can be wrong. Says maybe Fall Guy. I look at him as a smart man. Don't he misread? I with you. You can keep your job. I'm going home. You know, in the Republican, I can't remember his name. Senator say he ain't got no time for this. He's calling you on the air. How you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Andon, how you doing, brother? Go ahead.
I'm doing fine again. How are you?
Thank God for life.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Is this show based on just pure conspiracy theories?
Why you say that?
You allowed some callers back to talk one dray load of garbage.
And what was the garbage? What was the garbage?
Unsubstantiated.
What was the garbage? What was the garbage? Be specific.
Former unsubstantiated garbage.
What did he say specifically? What did he say specifically?
About the former minister Shane Gibson. Did you ask him to verify anything?
What did he say about Shane that was unsubstantiated?
Did you ask him to verify any of his things?
What did Shane get? What did he say that was unsubstantiated?
The government borrowed $12 million for a housing project that cost $2 million and placed the monies on someone.
So why you do this? When I answer them and say, boy, I don't know if that, I don't know if that's true. Why you don't understand I say that? Because I allow you to come on, Anton, and people think I shouldn't allow you to come on. I'm going to allow people to come on. Listen to me. Hold on.
To break someone's character.
Hold on.
To question.
He did not call. First of all, he did not call it. He did not. He said, hey, minister, I'm not going to call his name. He was specific in that. He mentioned something about the former minister, and then he came back and said, Anton.
He called Shane Gibson's name.
He did not call his name. And my producers are verifying that for me. He said, a minister.
My God.
Now you bring the brother name into that. Nobody else did that, Anton. Honestly, okay. I'm being very honest with you, my brother.
What is today? Today is Thursday, Burley?
Today is Thursday, March 24.
As soon as you all post that, the recording, If I don't capture it, I will ask someone to capture it for me, and I will play it back for you.
I will make it a point myself to capture it. I will make it a point myself to listen to it, and I'll make it a point myself to say to you tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. if I was wrong or right.
Thank you very much.
But brother, when I do that, me and you gonna have some other words, okay? Fair enough.
And
have some other words because I see because first of all,
in addition to that,
I am very. Let me hear this. Just hear me. I am very guarded by what I allow people to say. I may give you all some leeway, a little more leeway than other hosts do. But one thing I do, I am aware of what IRCA rules. I'm aware of libel and slander. I'm not going to allow certain things to be said or done that can cause a major problem. And if they say it, I'm going to dispute it and shut them down.
Yeah, you didn't do it earlier.
He did not call. If he had listened, first of all.
We'll have that conversation tomorrow.
No problem.
You
Take care.
Right?
No problem. Okay, my brother.
You said you listen. I still have another point to make.
Go ahead.
In addition to what I just expressed, were you in any cabinet meeting with the Prime Minister and his Minister of Immigration, who has responsibility for national insurance, to know what was said between them?
Why would you ask me that?
Because you are speculating and allowing.
How am I speculating?
Again.
What am I speculating, Anton?
You are speculating what the Prime Minister said versus what.
Where did I say?
Minister Alfred said versus what.
Bro, hold on, soldier. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, please. Hold on 1 minute. See, you saying things, and I ain't gonna let you run on with me foolishness. I said here.
Foolishness.
Listen, no, brother, listen to me. I said Minister said something. OPM came back. Who saying what? I never throw anybody on the bus, and I said I know the brother to be nice. I don't think he would come and say anything unless we're discussing cabinet.
Okay.
All right. So I never said certain things were said. I said I know him. I do not think. So I want you to tell me what I said was wrong.
Back to the question. Were you in any cabinet?
No, don't, Anton. See now, you know what? Now, see, I can say it like this. That's a stupid question to ask me, because you ain't no only cabinet ministers in there. So don't ask me that question. If you got something to say, you got a question, come and ask me the specific question. Don't go around the corner, up the road, in the back of the bush. Come straight at me, man to man, and say what you want to ask me, brother. No problem. I have no problem. You tell me what you want to ask me, but don't come and ask me if I hear an idea. You know, and I know none of us been in no cabinet meeting, because none of us ever been a cabinet minister. So why would you ask me that question? You know what? Next caller. Caller, you on there? How you doing?
Hi, Pearly.
Hi, darling. How are you? You know, you must see his time when they call me, because when I hear your voice, I light right up. So thank you so much. How you doing?
That's very wonderful to know.
What's up?
Why are you jerking around with grease lightning so much?
You don't hear me say I guess no. The one thing is that I will challenge you to come. See, don't beat around the bush and say these things that make people think funny but burly. So come and tell me specifically what it is I said, and then let's talk about that.
He is trying to make it seem like everybody is wrong and he is right, and he is hell-bent on trying to prove a point.
Only God,
I appreciate what he has to say from time to time.
I do appreciate him calling.
Sometimes he does have some things to say that really does make sense, but for the most part, Mr. Anton, please, go to Guardian and request a show, sit down and name it. What is it Fred Mitchell usually said in the first thing? Oh yeah, PLP all the way. Don't use the rest of our time to listen to you rant, wave, and wave your flag and ride the wave and all them other stuff. We're tired.
So what's happening? Don't let. Let's not take up all the time. But anything else you wanted to talk about? I ain't hurt my head over my good friend.
Yes, NID.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? Is it what Minister Sayers say, or is it what the PM office?
The question I'm asking.
Because we need to know. We are now tired of waiting and anticipating. Whatever it is that is going on, we're not getting any straight answers from anybody.
And that's all I'm asking. Give us, what is it? Is what Minister says correct, or is what the OPM say? That's all I want to know,
And that's what we all want to know. Freddie, I do apologize for some of the things that you guys have to take on. I can't do it.
Don't worry.
I'm kind of like Chavago. I cut you off quick.
God is good, but I can cut you off like I got 200 callers. All right.
Take care.
Thank you, boo boo. Call you on the air. Are you there? Call you on the air? Are you there?
Hi, Pearly.
Hi, darling. How are you? My two babies called me to make me feel good. What's
Getting
up?
over a cold.
Uh-huh.
There's a beacon that shines bright in the east.
Sock.
We don't allow pigeons. You get my point, right?
I got you. Okay? Darling. I got you.
You and Naughty allows the pigeon to come on your show and act as he is the end all and be all. Apparently, he is a cabinet minister because every cabinet minister we question, the Bahamian people question, he comes on and he defends them from A to Z. Yeah. I don't understand that. I really don't. The last time I opened the Bible, they tell me Jesus was perfect.
Tommy Tucker sing for your supper.
Okay? You understand, right? In case one minister get angry with him, he is ensuring that the others, or one out of them, would say, okay, come this way, let me help you. You have a blessed day.
Thank you,
and
my love.
Don't allow pigeons. Remember that.
Amen. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Call you on the air. What's up?
Hey, buddy, what's going on, man?
Hey, right in this corner. What you saying?
Yeah, but I want to speak, brother, BP. How's things?
Go ahead, my brother.
You know, I see the union concerned about their job, but it ain't their job. We need to be concerned about the cost of this energy thing, this privatization to the consumers.
I think we both need to be concerned because they are working with all that, so they have to be concerned about their job as well. We are concerned about
their jobs are going to be safe.
Not necessarily. I mean, the government is telling them that nothing happened, but the union ain't clear on that, and the employees are very worried about that.
But so let's say that the cost to consumers is even greater. But the effects, because we like to say the government needs to run like a business. Come on, man. Government don't need to run like a business. You understand me? Because businesses they're in for profit.
Yep.
So that they be still doing with this Reaganomics thing, this trickle down economics. That don't work. In the UK right now, the what you call it, the health service in the UK is depleted because of that.
Yeah.
Everything they privatize has issues.
Yeah.
The sewer, everything, the train, everything.
But they're working, when you privatize it, the private company working on making a profit.
They're making a profit.
The government will subsidize it if they lose money and it'll make it happen. But the government, and my point is, I don't have a heavy...
That's supposed to be of no profit. They're supposed to be for the public interest, and then.
But you got to keep the costs down. You can't overspend the cost to go bankrupt, though.
For instance, there's no strategy. Because in other words, for instance, we're supposed to have a strategy where every new home should have solar energy. You understand me?
That's a good idea.
Panels. They say it's no policy, no strategy.
But I'm running out of time, and I got a couple more calls, but I do appreciate the call. Thank you, man. You're very correct. Thank you so much. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, good day. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, right. It is John on the phone. Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, I sure you know with me, right? Me and more PLP than me.
Okay.
And guess what? I'm beaming first, man. If they doing garbage, they doing garbage.
Amen. That's all
And they've been doing garbage. But that idiot, I guarantee, his eyes brown. All his face is nose brown. You can't tell where the MP stop and he starts. He's so
I got you.
Yeah, man. Tell him stop talking a bunch of stupidness, man.
Thank you for calling.
And guess what?
Hey.
Make sure when you come on, limit him to 5 seconds because he's an idiot.
Okay. Thank you. My last caller. Call you on there. How you doing?
Really, I'm calling after 5. Are you calling to make sure you take your blood pressure? He's my boy. I know the Dolphins and lose a bunch of players and things. So I know you're stressed out. Don't let Anton call you. I'm stressing you out.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Okay, as the Reuters said the same thing that they needed to increase. They said that wasn't no true. Now they got a new minister. He's saying the same thing. An increase. They trying to say it ain't true. All right. So either all the ministers who go to NIB don't know what they said, or that's the truth. One of the two.
Okay.
But we can talk after.
All right, brother. Thank you. Right. Let me read these texts before we go. Great show as usual, Pearly. Don't let Lotion Boy run your pressure. Anton is one frozen conch. Hey, Pearly, don't allow Anton to run on with foolishness. He is very immature. Why do you allow Anton to ruin your show, Pearly? Stop. Can't stand his butt kissing commentary. Pearlie, please take control of your show and stop allowing Anton to dictate to you or try show you up. Amen. Pigeons don't fly with eagles. You had a wonderful first hour. All right, I can take one more? Yeah? Okay, call you on there.
Pretty.
Yes, sir.
I agree with all of them callers, with them last set of callers, and especially the female callers.
Thank you.
Understand?
Yes.
Because it seems like when the PLP comes to power, all kind of funny things has come out the pigeons and chicken cup. You understand? Stand up in Rawson's with dress and lipstick on some of them.
Amen.
But my grandma tells me, anytime you see a man can't stand up for his manner, the party, if he have one, be honest about it. She say, everything you see wearing pants, amen. And that's all I call it.
Thank you, sir. And this year will be the very last call. I call you the last call on the air. How you doing?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Wait, keep me holding on for a little while. Hey, Paulie.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Hey, Paulie. The people at Alfred says I listen to him in the House Assembly, and I think I heard him clearly. I'm done talking. The rest of them talking crap. Listen to me. Even pumpkin them. Listen. He said, listen. I don't know why they don't go up on national insurance. 3% Pandora, but you used to wait national insurance. You retired now. She's the only one who knows national insurance inside out. The more you put in, the more you get out. Listen to me. Alfred said in the House Assembly last week, Wednesday or Thursday, or the week before that, when they started the midterm budget. Alfred said that for the 1.5%, the cost the employer and employee $1.95. That's pocket change, man. And I don't know, and you know the employer pays at least 3 or 4 times more than what the employee pay. So I don't see why they don't go up 3% one time.
Oh boy, interesting.
So what I'm saying, Paulie, that means that they do it 20 years, every other year, 1.5% at the end of that. They could do it at least 3%, then take a break, then do another 3%, and they'll get it. The national insurance will get the power, but the prime minister got to stop his foolishness. Loretta say they need a raise. He come at the meeting when he used to be some part of the world and say, "Oh no, we can't put no bill on the poor people. That will not happen." What I'm saying, like Ellison, this was on for the whole week this week.
Yeah, I've been
the
listening
national insurance is national. The government is the biggest debtor. They owe national insurance. They borrow national insurance money, and they don't pay the employees what they put to be paying for the employees.
All right, call out of time. It's 5 o'clock. I gotta go. Thanks for calling. I understand what you're saying. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Anton, don't. Warren McCarthy never played. He banned him during the election last election. He banned his back out of there.
Thanks for calling. Oh, sorry to cut you like that, but I ran out of time. This has been Talking Heads Thursday. 96.9 FM on Guardian Radio. When we get back, we can be a little more relaxed and talk sports. See you in a minute after the news. Let's not take up all the time, but anything else you wanted to talk about? I ain't heard my head over my good friend.
Yeah. Why you look so mashed up, like clothes at the washer?
No, but just a hard day. What?
Hard day? What happened? The breakfast lady ran out of tuna and gritty.
We need to start joking about everything, you know. This serious, boy. This real serious, boy.
Wait, what's serious? Tell me.
All right, well, today, boss gave us boy one big contract, and nobody else get a chance, and nobody say nothing.
Boy, you know that ain't right. You know government contracts ain't supposed to go that way.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. Boss man just tell people to sign the papers. Then he send me to meet his boy downtown and collect this envelope.
You need to tell somebody. You need to become a whistleblower.
You know I's a real man, but I never blow no whistle. I be drunk all my life in Jonkono.
No way. A whistleblower is someone who tells people what they see when they see something wrong happening at work.
But I ain't no whistleblower, and I ain't no snitch. I still white there, you know.
But ain't nobody can know it's you. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers, or you could text them from inside the Crack Crime Bahamas app. They don't ask about you, and your call goes straight through to Miami, so nobody know you is. And if you text, your message get mixed up like Kong Salad.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau, or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
We need to talk. And it's about something pretty important, your NIB contributions. For nearly 50 years, NIB contributions from hardworking Bahamians have supported families and individuals alike. But Bahamian families have changed. Families are having fewer children. This is entering the workforce and making contributions. And with Bahamian retirees living longer, pension payments have also increased. As a result, payouts have gone up, continuously exceeding contributions coming in, resulting in a deficit. That's why, starting on July 1st, 2024, both employers and employees will have to pay a little extra to sustain this national lifeline. The July 1st rate increase is our way of ensuring that NIB benefits are available for generations to come. We all have a role to play, and it starts with investing in tomorrow today with NIB.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Oh boy, that was a hot hour. Oh boy, and not to cross over because we're going to talk sports, but I had the producer listen to the caller, and the caller specifically said, I'm not going to call the minister's name. He mentioned the minister that Anton said his name earlier in the conversation in reference to what the minister said on Guardian Radio. Then he went in and said, a minister, I'm not going to call his name, and he was very specific about that, okay? But we're not going to talk about that anymore. We're talking sports. Welcome. Ooh, there's some big things. The NFL hot, busy, running on and everything. But before we get into today in sports, let's get my first caller for the sports hour. How you doing?
I'm holding thank God. A godly day to you and, of course, to Univoice.
How you doing, my brother?
We need justice, Lord, all in this country, the Bahamas.
Amen.
But what I want to say to you, Pearlie, you are flying as an eagle. Continue.
Thank you.
And be encouraged, okay?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my brother. Right. Today in sports history, brought to you by Tropical Gyros. Today is Thursday, the 14th day of March in the year of our Lord 2024. Today in sports history, in 1960, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors scored a record 53 points. In 1962, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors played every minute of a game for the 47th consecutive time. The streak ended during the Warriors' next game. In 1967, the AFL and the NFL held the first common draft. The two leagues merged in 1970. The first player chosen was Bubba Smith, a defensive lineman. In 1972, the Cincinnati Royals of the National Basketball Association announced that the team's franchise would be moving to Kansas City, Missouri at the end of the season. In 1992, Stacey Augmon, Atlanta Hawks, scored the 6 millionth point in the NBA history. Plenty zeros. I almost messed that up like somebody we know. 2005, Major League Baseball gave a congressional committee about 400 pages of documents related to drug testing. It was also reported that Bud Selig would be willing to testify in hearings planned for March the 17th. And our sports quote of the day, the best and fastest way to learn a sport is to watch and imitate a champion. Jean-Claude Killy. Ah, boy. All kind of things been going on in sports. Let's look at the locals. Let's see what's going on locally. What I do with that? I just had that in front of me half a second. Here we go. Sports in the Guardian Sports page. The Bahamas to compete in World Cup qualifiers. Competition gets underway on Saturday. 12 nations to take part. This is wonderful stuff. History is about to be made in sports and baseball. In the sport of this baseball now, let's get it right. In the country, as the Bahamas prepares for competition in the World Baseball Softball Confederation, WBSC, 15 and under, Pan American Championship in Boca Chica, Dominican Republic, starting this Saturday. And we got some talented young ball players. They can do well. In the Dominican Republic, though, Dominican Republic. This is like they come out the womb and they swing in the bat. Yeah. Eva Hilton Street's Public Primary School Golf. That's wonderful. And these some cute pictures. BBF names 4 head coaches. Bahamas Basketball Federation has named 4 head coaches for the nation teams for the next 3 years. Coach selection committee members Kimberly Roll, she's the chairperson, and they picked for. Who are the 4 people? I didn't get the names. I'll get the names and let you know. I know one is Yolette, the coach Yolette Yo McPhee, Coach McPhee, Coach Yo. She's from Ole Miss. She played against my girls. I know she's one of them. And I think Anton Francis will take over the helm of the junior girls national team. Kevin Clark will be named as the under-15 boys head coach. And the 4th head coach is Jay Philippe, who will be coaching the under-17 boy. Jay is the coach at Sunland basketball, Sunland championship basketball. They did lose to C.I. Gibson this year, but they were 2-time back-to-back, and when they lost this year, they would hopefully have either back-to-back or third. But anyway, he's the coach of Sunland. Very good coach, knows the game very well. And he's trained by one of the best female basketball coaches this country has ever put out, in the name of Bonnie Sands Basden. So congratulations, Jay, and congratulations to the other coaches. Excited about that. I think we'll see some great things coming to y'all, particularly in the under. And this is a good way to get them all on and playing up some big competition. And the last text, Pearly, don't let that block in the... No, I can let him. Hey, Anton can call me anytime he wants to, and we will talk. But if you talk foolishness, I can run you. And I can tell you, I'm not going to let you get on with foolishness. Okay, Lotion, you send Anton. Great show as usual, Pearly. Great news. I've been a Clippers fan since Harden joined, and I got you a naughty membership cards. Nope. I'm going to stay a Laker. I'm not as bad as my brother Naughty is. Naughty just, I call him spoiled rotten. He just very upset at what's going on with the Lakers, and rightfully so. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. My son, the doctor and I are really close when it comes to our teams. We pull for the same basketball team. We pull for the same football team. That's different in baseball. But I had to go off on him last night. He's like, Daddy, relax. I cuss. I think he was, Daddy, I never hear you cuss so much. I cuss LeBron. I cuss AD. I talk so bad about my Lakers. Let's be fair. Sabonis is 10-0 since he's been in this league playing against AD. This brother don't own AD. This brother make AD. I was never so angry about my Lakers like I were last night, because they just were manhandled. They look bad. They look terrible. They cannot beat the Kings. The Kings sweep the Lakers for the year 4-0. And what this does is, now understand this, see? I'm a Laker and I continue to pull, but I basically think it finished. Even if we happen to, we got to play Denver. Denver's the number 1 team right now. They're number 1. And Denver probably going to hold on to that, because this is when they start playing better basketball. So Denver's going to be number 1. Lakers can finish 9 or 10. We could win the first playing game. Let's say we win the 2 playing games. Who we get to go play up against? Denver. Right away. Done. That's when they... I told my son last, I'd rather get rid of AD and LeBron and start from scratch. Let's tote cut it for a year or 2 and build this team properly, man. Because it's making no sense when you're trying to add this piece here and put that piece and do this here and do that, try to build a team, and it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going to step. You can stay right in that little middle of the pile, right in the middle of the pack. Right in the middle of the pack, and you can never go make the play in, you might get knocked out. Yeah, okay, yeah, the Lakers went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Yes, they did. That ain't going to happen this year. Let's be real there with my Lakers. Let's see the text to say. Lakers finish, and I was Laker from 79. Magic joined, and I don't like what I see. LeBron leads to go. I'm a Will Chamberlain Laker, all right? From 71, I've been pulling for the Lakers. Great show as usual, Pearly. Lakers fans should be used to disappointment by now. Lakers fans used to winning. They've been getting disappointed recently. They've been getting a lot of disappointment. Caller, what you saying? Caller, what you saying? What you saying, caller? Are you there?
Don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad.
Hey,
I cussed my Miami last night, too, man. I cussed my Miami. I cussed them, man. Man, we dropped 4 in a row. Man, look like the Joker them got our number and things like that.
Joker got everybody number. He got everybody.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody on him.
That's what I tell you the other day when you was reading the AD, man. He got everybody number. Them niggas them play so good. I mean, but I love and hero back. But I mean, see,
when are they due back? Are they due back soon?
Yeah, I hope so, man. But Porter Jr., every lap he's trying to kill us. He's trying to smash us under the ground, boy. Well, him and Murray. I don't know what they got from Miami, but they didn't win the finals. They got their ring. I don't know why they will continue to smash us under the ground for.
they won another ring.
You ain't lying. And Pearls, March 20th, when you all play in San Diego, I gave with San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave with San Diego. I ain't picking
so you get against my Dodgers. That's what you can do.
Yes, I can pull against you.
Motherfucker, I can wake you up 6 o'clock in the morning to watch the game. I can wake you up 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's all good. Do that, man, because I will watch it while you watching it. Yeah.
All right,
and then I will leave with this, Pearly. Pearly. This is an excellent show. You're excellent. You Naughty, two excellent hosts around the Bahamas. Everybody respect you all, but you can't let them brothers dumb and down the show, man.
Appreciate it. And I
they die hard PLPs, man. Them fellas is drink yellow Kool-Aid for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. You can't win no PLP argument with them. So stop running on back and forth with them, man. Just cut them. They taking up all the time, man.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of people getting turned off, but see, you could start to try to educate them and everything there, but then you can't win no PLP argument with them. Him and Pumpkin either. They'll run on you. They'll run up all the time with the show, the whole 2 hours. So say, yeah, okay, all right, and cut them, man. Cut them. They dominant on the show.
Okay.
This is an excellent show. Everyone telling me this is an excellent show. They just can't wait for 4 o'clock to get on this, but man, don't run on with them fellas, man.
All right, I appreciate
They dominant on the show.
Word to the wise. Word to the wise.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Word to the wise. Hey, I heard some good news. There's talks coming out that Kai Jones, our good Bahamian, is going to sign a 10-day contract with the 76ers. Yes! I am happy for the brother. I am happy for him. And all they got to do is in 10 days. See, they give you in 10 days, then they give you another 10 days. And if you do what you're supposed to do and you look right, then you can make the playoff roster. And that's where you make a couple dollars. So, Kai, do well, my brother. We all pulling for you. We all praying for you. Person say, ban Anton off the show. I just stop listening when he on. Thank you. Okay, I hear you, caller. I hear you. Kai back. Kai back. I know, that's good news. That is very good news. I'm very happy for him. I'm very calling on there.
Early.
Hey.
All is well?
All is well. Thank God for life.
Yeah, I ain't talking about Anton fella today. Listen, man.
Okay.
I really, my God, everybody here, who behind all that.
I would believe so, and I'm happy to see that. I'm very happy to see that.
And it was said that he told him that once he get a 10-day contract, once he performs well, they're gonna consider signing him, man.
Okay.
That's a good thing for him. I hope the Lord keep him safe over there, whatever problems he going through.
Yeah.
Just trust in God, he'll be all right. He's an excellent player, man.
He is. He looked really good in the thing for the Bahamas the other day. He did some good moves, and he's a really good player. I just hope it works out well for him, and he does well. One thing I do is I pull for our Bahamian athletes. I am happy for any Bahamian athlete that does well, and I want to see them do well because the 242 gets good representation.
Exactly. I like how the Bahamians be down in them, man. There's all we have on the global stage, man.
Listen, everyone of them who down in
man. We got their back, man. You know what I mean? We gotta be one, man.
We all of our issues, and we need to understand that. And everyone who down in him, they can't beat him on the court. So I don't know what you're down in the brother for.
None of them. Not one.
All right.
All right, Pearly.
All right, take care.
All
right. So any other, I think you're gonna see it, the frenzy of the NFL slow down just a little bit. I see Calvin Ridley signed a 4-year, $92 million deal with the Titans. That's a lot of money, but that's a whole lot of money. Boy, then I see Ridder, the quarterback from Falcons, have been sent to Arizona for wide receiver Rondell Moore. So that tells you what's going on to compete. I see the LA Chargers said in keeping Joey Bosa. He's agreed to restructure his contract to stay in LA so they can have some money free up. So that's good news to hear there. Carly on there, how you doing?
Kelly. You pressure back down now?
Yeah, man, I good. I take my pills. What's happening? What's happening, Mr. Georgia, Mr. Kansas City? What's going on?
Listen, man, listen. Well, the good news is we have basically re-signed just about everybody that needed to be re-signed. I think Willie Gay is probably going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that ain't a big loss. That's not a big loss.
Yeah. I mean, we can replace him. He's a great player, but we can replace him.
Yeah.
He's older now. So when the linebackers in about 10 years now, it's time to start switching them up. They ain't like the defensive tackles or defensive ends. They do a lot more running and pushing, going back and forth. So a lot of the movement sometimes goes as they get older. But we kept Tranquil, We got Chris. We got everybody.
You
All
got
we're
everybody.
working on now is Sneed.
But the money is there for Sneed. You're just working on the deal now, right?
Yeah, because Chief number one, Mahomes, has done another restructure.
But I'll tell you this, when he signed that first contract and people was giving them hell about that, I said, man, all they're doing is setting them up later to restructure so they can sign other people.
Well, see, they did the smart. I always say this, right? Drafting is a bit of experience, but it's also some luck.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of luck.
Okay? So you get a Pacheco in the 7th round, and he turns out to be a starter. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay? But, and coaching, sometimes, depending on the methodology. But the one thing where every office in the league has an equal footing is salary cap, because it's just math.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Everybody have the same cap, right? And you have the same money to play around with. And so the really smart GMs do well, and the dumb GMs do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at the fact now that what they extended him with 2 years before kicking.
Yeah.
Which allowed them to move certain things and restructure for 2 straight years.
Exactly.
Okay? So his salary is real. Contract don't kick this year.
Okay.
Okay? So reach those guys. I tell them, you find out whether your GM playing checkers or playing chess with the salary cap.
Yeah.
Okay? Because people will say, the 49ers drafted well. But then they waste all the draft picks like that. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you have to look at that. I see your Dolphins signing a bunch of 1-year contracts and they ain't got no money.
Yeah, but the Dolphins did one good thing. They overspent back in the day, and they were in the salary cap, but they had a lot of players that they were able to restructure, and they were in a very good position. So they really... I almost believe they deliberately allow Wilkinson to go, because I don't think they was going to pay him $25 million a year.
Well, I mean, the truth is, he's probably worth that in the market.
Some people don't seem to think so. They think that's a little stretch. They think that the Raiders just outbid some people.
You have to remember that he basically had much help around him, so he was taking a lot of double teams. So his numbers might have been a little bit down. But the same way, if you look at Chris Jones, you can't look at their stats. What you have to look at is their impact
on the
per
game.
rush that they make.
Yeah.
Right?
And Soler benefited from him being double teamed.
Yeah. So you had guys like
number 96.
the rookie out of Purdue.
Yeah.
You had Tranquil.
Yeah.
You had a couple of those guys benefit from Chris Jones taking up a double team.
Yeah.
So the same thing with Miami. I mean, at the end of the day, and that's why your cornerbacks, even though they was hurt all last year, still played fairly well, because they was getting a little pressure on the QB. So with them gone now, I think it's going to be an issue.
To look for a starting defensive, even though they signed
somebody. But the thing is, Shaq. Now here's the problem: Shaq wasn't taking up no double teams in Tampa, and his number still wasn't as good.
But you got Chubb. You got Chubb coming back. You get Holland coming back. I mean, Justin. You got players coming back. Phillips.
That injury Chubb had really sometimes affects the player's ability to get off the line, particularly if they're coming out of the start.
That's true.
So you got to look at that now. But listen, let me, pitches and catches have reported.
Yep.
So I dusted off all my Chicago Cubs stuff,
Yeah.
Because as a Cubs fan, I can only be optimistic for the first two weeks of the season. So,
but I like that you brought Cody back. I like that you brought Cody Bellinger back. I mean, he was one. I still have his jersey. I still wear his jersey.
You know what I really am excited this year for is Craig Counsell as manager.
Yeah.
I really think we had a couple of managers who were managing over their head. I like Dave, but he wasn't manager material. And I think Counsell's going to do a better job. And I think he's what I like about him, he seems to develop a lot of young pitchers.
Yeah. Yes, he does. He does. Yeah, he does.
So we'll see what happens.
Be all right. That's in the top division. You got Atlanta, who's probably them and the Dodgers are the favorites for the National League. You get Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee. You get the Mets in that division too, right?
Listen, baseball. The thing about baseball is you just got to get in. You got to get in the series. Once you get in the playoffs,
then it
becomes a best of 4, the best of 7, and at that point, if you get dominant pitching for 2-3 days, you can make your way out of stuff.
Yes, you could.
So teams that win 100 games sometimes get knocked over by the team that win 85 because all you need is 3 good nights of pitching. Three good nights of pitching.
Yeah, but baseball too is a lot of timing and stuff. So if you put your time in, and I still hate when my Dodgers finish enough. I still think that we should get right into everybody get right into playoffs right away and let it, because that's baseball.
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, I treat the baseball like how my Miami Heaters treat the whole season. Just get into 20 and then beat up on everybody in the playoffs.
That's all you do. That's what you do, yeah.
All the best, my brother. Be heading out this weekend again. I'll be in London and Scotland, so I'll be listening to you guys on the web for the next 10 days or so. But I'll have a good time, and hopefully by then my Chiefs will lock up everything else we need and we'll be good to go.
We'll have a very safe trip. And I can tell you what I tell everybody in my family when they go away: bring coffee.
I don't even drink coffee.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, bro.
All right, thanks for calling. Pearly, me and you and Naughty might as well sign a 10-day contract to Detroit. They ready? How losing Watts? The worst could happen. What's the worst could happen? My knees ain't allow me to run up and down no court. So sorry. I can coach. When will the Cowboys rebuild that defense? They better get busy in the draft. They picked up a kid from San Diego who wants to be there, so that's a good sign for them. Can we take a break? Let's take our first break. When we come back, we can talk more sports. We can get into the picks, and then we can find out what's happening in the last 10. This is Pearly, Talking Heads, Thursdays, 96.9 FM Guardian Radio. We'll be right back.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Enjoy the flavors of summer with a mega-sized KFC combo and get a secret code for a chance to win. KFC and Pepsi is giving away daily beach bundles of a KFC bag packed with KFC shades, a bucket of 25 KFC whole wings, and a 2-liter Pepsi, plus a weekly cash prize of $1,000. Whether it's original recipe, spicy, or barbecue, get your favorite KFC combo today and mega-size your summer fun. KFC Nassau, finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
And we're back. Talking Heads, Thursdays, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I was just looking at something. I saw, the Titans signed wide receiver Calvin Ridley to a 4-year, $92 million deal. $20 million signing bonus. I thought he might have gotten like 50, but $20 million signing bonus. $25 million in 2024, $48 million over first 2 years, and $46.9 million fully guaranteed at signing. And then another $3.0 million from 26 money vested and fully guaranteed next March. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I see the Texans have agreed to a 2-year deal with former Bills tackle Tim Settle. They give it in 2 years, up to so that's some incentive laden. The Jaguars are giving former 49ers defensive lineman Arik Armstead a 3-year, $51 million deal. But if y'all are spending some money, you know, I was listening to ESPN Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt, and he said this signing bonus is like, and those of us who've been in sales, and you get that big commission check, and then 5 minutes later that commission check going. You get it Friday, Monday morning, that commission check going. That's just how these NFL teams are spending money. Like they got that big commission check, and then by Monday, all that money gone. I see the Jets have made wide receiver Allen Lazard available in trade talks. You know, he's due $10 million this year, so they're trying to get that off the books. I don't know, boy. And I see the Seahawks reached a deal to acquire quarterback Sam Howell from the Washington Commanders and swap for draft picks. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Let me say, very interesting. Someone's getting curious here and curious. If you saw, that was just a movie now. Don't go quoting to me. I can't talk English. All right. Boy. So now we know baseball starts next week, Wednesday at 6 a.m. our time. The Dodgers will be in Seoul, South Korea, and they'll play the Padres. Glasnow will be the starting pitcher, and then the next game the next day, Yamamoto will be the starting pitcher for the Dodgers. I'll find out who San Diego have announced it. I'll find out who San Diego is starting. So baseball starts, I don't know how they're doing this. So they will start Wednesday and Thursday. That's just those two teams will play. No other teams can play until the 28th. So 7 days later. But I gather, you know, you got to give them time to travel back home, get adjusted to the time zones and all that stuff, and get their bodies adjusted. So it'll be unfair for them to play, say, the 28th and then come back home Sunday and play Monday. That'll be hard on their bodies. I'm guessing. Don't quote me on that, because I could be wrong. Dexter says, hey, Pearly, what the AFC looking like before this draft? Those Steelers should be good this year. You know, don't build up your hopes too much on Steeler land. Don't get too excited. They lost a key defensive player, but I don't think it hurt them too much. Russell Wilson will make them a better team if he gets the starting job, and I think he will. He'll make them a better team. But don't forget now, the Ravens there. And the Ravens are a whole lot better now. You know, they got that big running back. I think what is that big running back? They got Henry, is it this? With Lamar Jackson and all that. The Ravens have really loaded. And then you got Cincinnati, which was injured last year. They had a lot of injuries last year. Cincinnati comes back as a healthy team. They could be a team to reckon with. So, but that's football. You don't know what could happen. And if Russell Wilson was to just be a pretty good game manager, do what the coaches want him to do, use the running backs they got, use the wide receivers they got, and just be a game manager, take risks when need to, but not when they want to, and I think they'll be all right. I think he'll be all right. Win the division? Jury's still out on that. I just think Baltimore's still the tough team there. And I think Baltimore's going to be the team in the National League to challenge Kansas City this year. So I don't know. Kansas City's still solid. Kansas City basically, like you saw the caller said, Kansas City basically brought back all its players. They haven't really lost anything major that could hurt them so. So now Buffalo's lost a lot of players. They're still going to be a good team. We got Poyer and we got Snell or something like that. We got a special teams expert. We got a safety from them that we signed on the low. When I say on the low money. Jets, faith and hope in Aaron Rodgers. Wishful thinking. I just think that's overhyped, and I don't see anything happening. They're going to be competitive. New England, nah, not happening for them. The Commanders have done some things. They'll be a better team. But I don't know if they can win it. The Giants, they can probably hit the bottom of the round. Now, Philadelphia is probably, in my opinion, this only Pearlie's opinion, and Naughty ain't agree with me, I think they're the best team in the NFC right now, based on paper. Just what you see there on paper. All right, they made some really good moves. Pick it, and I don't care what you say, Saquon. When Barkley come in there, is a major pickup for them. To the point that they had a story this morning that Kelsey said he's sorry he retired, so he wish he could come back. Don't be surprised if he ain't call himself out of retirement. Because that Philadelphia team sitting pretty good and looking pretty good and smiling, looking good. So some good things can happen there. So Dallas, if Dallas don't do something, they got a linebacker. I think Kendricks, I think that's the name. They got a line. They need that. And like I told Naughty yesterday, Dallas need a wide receiver. If they don't get some help for C.D. Lamb and do some improvement, Dallas could finish in the back half of that on the NFC East division. You remember now? I think they said, ain't nobody's been that division 2 in a row. Naughty said that, eh? You don't win that division 2 in a row. So let's see what happens there. So right now, on paper, I think the Dolphins and the Jets will be the challenge for the AFC East. I think Buffalo may have taken a step back, but don't count them out. I like what Atlanta's done. Atlanta with Cousins could be a Super Bowl team. They got a really good team. They picked up a wide receiver when they trade Ryder, however to pronounce his name. Malone, I think his name is. That's a good pickup for them. Atlanta got the weapons. They got a really good tight end, good running back. They have the weapons, and now they have themselves a quarterback. Nah, don't get too excited. The brother ain't got a lot of playoff wins. I think he get one playoff win. But that ain't all on him. Because I don't think the team was as good as some people thought that he played for, why they only get one playoff win. Okay? He might have been the reason they got to the playoffs. But you need more than just him. You need more than just him to help you through the playoffs. So I don't know. I think when you look at the NFC, Philadelphia, 49ers, don't count Tampa Bay out. Tampa Bay I think they've been in Division 5 in a row. And for some reason, Tampa Bay just finds a way to win that division. I don't even think they're that good a team, but they find a way to win that division. So they'll be a team to look at. The Falcons will be the team to reckon with. So there should be some, and based on what we can see, some other moves come out, some other teams. The Chargers they could be a challenge. So we just see what some other moves other teams are making. I know my good friend Obi Roberts is excited about his Steelers. I know my friend. So we'll see what happens. Caller, you on the air? What you saying, caller? How you doing, caller? Are you there? I can hear you moving around. You just need to talk, caller. I guess they can try back. Call back, caller. But so I have a lot of faith in Russell Wilson. I just think I think he got a raw deal in Denver. I don't think he had the proper. The offensive line was pretty crappy. Offensive line pretty crappy. So I don't think he was given a fair deal. So we will see. I want this caller. I think call you on the air. Are you there, caller?
Hey, good afternoon, Brady. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
Wait, listen here. When is the out-season track season start?
When is the what?
The track season outdoor.
That should be indoor season just finished.
Yeah.
So the track season should be starting. Well, we always outdoors here, but you talk about the Europe. That should be starting sometime this month, if I'm correct.
Okay. Listen here. We got 200-meter runners. Terrence Jones and I think McCoy.
Oh yeah, yes we do. Yes we do.
But they just getting around and teaching and everything because I don't think nobody run a 9.9 or nothing yet.
No, but I think Terrence the NCAA 60-meter champion and 200-meter champion and 200-meter champion.
He's rolling, boy. He's rolling.
Yeah, he looks really good. And you know what? I progress each year, so he's really looking good.
Yes. And then we can have Demo, and I think she can be doing the 110, 100-meter hurdles.
100-meter hurdles, yes. And I'm looking for good things for Paris.
She could run a good 100 too, but we need some with her. And what's the other lady named Anthony Strong?
Yeah.
Then I know we got anybody close up to them running the same time that they'll be running to give us a good 4x1.
I think that we got a couple in college. I gotta start. Because it's outdoor season coming. I gotta start reading up on track and feel a little bit more.
Yeah. Let me ask you another question.
I can speak to my good friend Sheldon Longley, the Guardian Sports Page.
Okay,
he's IAAF man.
Yeah. So you could bring him on one of these times.
Yeah. He's promised me to come on.
The aquatic center for the swimming, they can be ready.
Boy, Naughty and I spoke about that yesterday. I think we can make a little gander around there over the weekend and peep and look through the fence and see what's going on.
Man. But I think a lot of Lakers, we've been having some rain, and I think that's what's slowing them down.
Nah, but I mean...
But they got started late.
Brother, they start late. Yeah, so that is...
So what about the thing? What about the...
Griffith game?
Yeah.
No, I was at the old track yesterday watching my godson run. And then he got second in the 100 meters. Let's put that out there. Joshua
Good,
Edwards,
good, good,
congratulations.
good.
But I was watching him run, but I peep over and I see a lot of work happening at the new stadium. I see.
Okay, I think they work in overtime, I think.
Well, I think that, I ain't too worried about them. I think they still have a little more time because isn't the event, the World Relays are until May 4th and 5th. I'm more concerned about what happened in the next week after next in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's swimming, man.
So,
I just hope they pull it off.
You know what? They can pull it off. If they got to be throwing paint and thing down while the fellas say, on your marks, get set, they can get it done.
So let me ask you this.
Yes,
how was the time trials and the 25-meter pool out?
I don't know. I need to find out. I know we got some. I think a couple of kids qualified.
Okay.
But I got to check that out because, boy.
But you know, it can be harder. Though we had a lot qualified for the Carifta already.
Yeah.
Then the Nationals come up for for the Carifta trials.
This weekend would be the.
This weekend.
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Carifta Games trials this weekend.
I think I'd make it out there Saturday.
I'm going out to check it out. I think I try to get. I don't know if I can do all days, but I can try to get out and see some things.
That should be hot because I mean, SAC really pull it off, boy.
Boy, but speaking of St. Augustine's, they had a celebration today up on campus to celebrate Denvon Charlton. You know, she's a SAC graduate. Class of 16, I think, if I remember correctly. But so they honored her today and did some things to thank her for what she's done and how she represents St. Augustine's and how she continues to represent it too. And then they also honored the BAISS track and field championship team. Now, they all over. When Roman tell me he's like QC filed a protest.
Yeah, they lost it though.
No, they won. No, they filed two protests. They won those two protests, and St. Augustine's had a 30-point penalty, and still beat them by 15.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand they're going after this other penalty based on intent. I'm trying to get some information on it, but I haven't got all it. But my thing is, I can say this, and I can say it. I can say it. You get beat. You get beat on the track.
Yeah.
Don't try.
But you know something, Brady?
You get beat on the track. Take your loss and move on for next year.
Yeah.
You had a lead. You blew some relays. Your number one 200-meter runner get beat. You lost some races and you lost the event. So now you lose. You're trying to find a way to win through penalties. That's a happy win through penalties. Because you felt that you should have won it because you had the best team. You bring 65 out and you had the best team. Yeah, but you got to have heart. And Chris, remember what he said.
And one thing I can say to SAC, they got heart.
Them kids, and I'm not taking any away from any of the kids who participated.
No, but it's just something that propels them. Something about SAC.
We love our school. We want to be there. We have pride in our campus. We have pride in our school. Mm-hmm. And we're going to represent our school in the best of our ability because we want people to say, he from SAC, she from SAC. And you have to be able to do that properly. And so if you don't have the pride in your school, you're not going to perform well in the classroom or on the track.
Yeah, let me ask you this. When they had the last year, you know how they used to have the private school and the government school years ago. They still having that all day because I know they separated now.
They usually have the national track and field championships. I don't know what's happening this year because of the trials and how things got pushed around. I don't know. I'll have to double check because if they do have it, it'll probably be after the Carifta Games.
Yeah, but you guys to really compete together, that's when we used to have our best Carifta team.
When I was in high school, that's when Orly Fowler and Marianne Higgs dominated the Carifta, and that's when everybody competed. C.C. Sweeting, R.M. Bailey, St. Augustine, everybody competed, and it was a good thing. But I always tell people the strike, the coaches' strike in the 80s, the government school coaches' strike in the 80s, disrupted sports, high school sports. The private schools formed their own league, and the rest is history. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Right, Brady.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
We got another caller on the line. Caller, what you saying? Caller on the air. How you there?
Hey, what's up? Hey, Burley.
Hey, brother. What's up,
Good
man?
afternoon. I'm calling. What you think about the Eagles tampering for Saquon Barkley and the Falcons tampering for the quarterback who's playing for Minnesota?
I see there's a little investigation said they were tampering. I saw that investigation in NFL, but you know what? When you realize what the Philadelphia Eagles did and brought in their running back, they basically show up their team and made them give them another dimension. I would start looking into how that happened too. I don't see, even if they find them to be tampering, they ain't gonna make the deal go sour. They'll find them or something like that. But I thought they're pretty upfront with it and all that.
All right, you think that's tampering to you? To me, I never look at it.
There's well, the NFL free agency started yesterday, but you have a few days what they call legal tampering.
Okay.
So I think it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Saturday, Sunday, but it's legal tampering where you can negotiate and agree to do things with people and then sign them on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, so there is some legal tampering there, and maybe some people that didn't like what's going down, but bottom line is they can be in Philadelphia. Philadelphia can be the team to reckon with. Cousins can be in Atlanta, and Atlanta's going to be a team to reckon with. I can't wait for football to start.
Yeah, but I think Tampa Bay still may come out that.
But a lot of people think like that.
South.
A lot of people say you cannot count out Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is, people say Baker Mayfield got a bad deal, and he got a bad deal, and he was a pretty good quarterback. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, brother. Nice to talk to you. Thank you for calling. All right, let's get into the picks. And then we will move into Colin Hurd. He's going to talk about Justin Fields not being traded yet and what he suspects to happen there. And then into the news. So, all right, let's look at the picture now. Let's see what we got going on today. Today is Tuesday, 14th of March. Let's look at the NBA. The first game is the Phoenix Suns at the Boston Celtics, 5.5 points. Boston got. I take Boston. You know what? I can take the points with Boston too. The Clippers at the Bulls. Clippers starting to play decent ball. I like the Bulls, and I like them for 6.5. The Washington. I like the Rockets at the money line. I'm not giving them 8.5 points. Nah. The Sixers at the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, if Kai had already signed, I might have take the Sixers and the points, but I'm going to take the Bucks and the 6.5. The Dallas Mavericks at the OKC Thunder, 11.5. I don't know, but that one, I just can go with the money line on that. I scared of that one. I don't see that happening like that. The New York Knicks at the Portland Trailblazers, Knicks 11.5. Boy, I go with the money line and the Knicks on that too. That's a scary one. Boy, that's your picks. Take a look at them. And what Naughty say, find them, book them, whatever. I know Naughty say but that. But we know you got NCAA basketball player tournaments going on today. Some big games out there today. Creighton and Providence, Duke and NC State, Iowa State and Kansas State, Nevada and Colorado State. There's some key games. Washington State and Stanford, that's a key game. Marquette and Villanova, that's another key game. Some games already happened. North Carolina beat Florida State 92-67. Michigan State beat Minnesota. Xavier lost to Connecticut. Connecticut ranked number 2. Connecticut, take this, Pearly say Connecticut and be the national champions. Texas Tech beat BYU. LSU lost. I expected that. Utah won today. Arizona beat USC. That's Bronny and Bronny James' team get beat. Houston beat TCU. South Carolina beat Arkansas. So that was some good games. Then some women games also. No, there are no women games. They start tomorrow. No, are they? Yeah, they start tomorrow night. Okay, so guys, that's been it. It's been hot for the 5 and a really good sports talk today. I'll be back tomorrow with Naughty at 5 o'clock. Naughty will be on the 4 o'clock hour. It's been fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the texts. Thank you for the encouragement. And even thank you for the criticisms. I love it all because that's where I learned from you. And I try to make it a better show. So I'm going to take advice a lot of you gave me and try to make it even a better show. So thank you again for listening. This has been Pearly on Guardian Radio Thursdays. Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Talking Head Thursdays. It's been fun. Take care of yourself. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Made exactly the way they should be by someone with chicken in their name. The new Kentucky Chicken Sandwiches feature a 1/4 pound of all-white meat, triple breaded, spicy chicken breast filet on a freshly toasted buttery brioche bun. With your choice of lettuce, tomato, bacon, thick-cut pickles, and the perfect amount of Colonel's real mayo or spicy sauce. Every chicken sandwich is freshly prepared and piping hot. Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwiches, the only chicken sandwiches that are finger.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
This Easter from March 29th to April 3rd. Witness history in the making at the Betty Kelling-Kenning Aquatic Center. Cheer on Team Bahamas as we dive into history, swimming our way towards a 6th straight victory at the Carifta Aquatics. Feel the thrill of competition as 500 athletes from 24 countries from across the Caribbean converge in the Bahamas for the championship title. Immerse yourself in the greatest youth athletic spectacle being held in the Bahamas this year. Watch live as champions are born, records are shattered, and dreams are realized. The Carifta Aquatics isn't just a competition, it's a case of the future of swimming right in the heart of Nassau. Mark your calendars. This Easter, March 29th to April 3rd, the Carifta Aquatics at the Betty Kelling-Kenning Aquatic Center. See ticket information and full schedule at cariftaaquatics.com. See you at the poolside.
Three-Way Productions presents Showtime at Nassau Cruiseport. Experience live performances every weekend. The elegance of classical music, the infectious energy of Latin nights, the smooth sounds of jazz night, and a delightful evening of Bahamian music. March 15th and 16th and March 22nd and 23rd. Visit www.nassaucruiseport.com/events to learn more. Nassau Cruiseport, the place to be.
So my point about the leverage, right now he's a declining asset. There is a way that he becomes an ascending asset, which is, you go to the draft and one of these teams doesn't get a guy. Is that now the best move or days?
Yeah, it might be. The Bears have explored different options with Justin. And I think one thing that kind of, struck them at the combine when they're going through the paces with Caleb and Caleb's checking every box was, how some of their suitors were operating at the top of the quarterback market, right? So they'd have to wait, they thought, to let the top of the quarterback market settle and then see what there was out there. And things went the wrong way for them there. Atlanta, a potential suitor, went and wound up getting Kirk Cousins. Pittsburgh, a potential suitor, wound up getting Russell Wilson. And so by waiting then, they wait for those two teams obviously go in a different direction, land the guys that went through first for them. And then you look at Justin versus the rest of the quarterback market. And I think what the league's telling us now is that there isn't a drastic difference between Justin Fields and Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew and Sam Darnold and all these other guys that were out there. And remember, all those other guys that are out there and don't require draft picks coming back.
Right.
And so I think they sort of got caught between those two. The Bears did. And now, you look at it, and if you're Chicago, I think you say, okay, like we're going to reset a little bit here. We're going to bring Caleb Williams in for a 30 visit after his pro day next week in Los Angeles. And you just hope something develops where someone winds up having a need at that position. But right now, it does look like the options would be to send him to a team that collects quarterbacks as a backup where Justin can have a good year. Is one that sticks out to me as a team that has done that in the past, where they run a system that would fit him. They need depth at that position because Jalen Hurts does have some injury history now. And because of the way they play, you always have to be prepared for that. But certainly isn't where I think Chicago thought it would be a couple of weeks ago.
So, it's interesting. The Cowboys have done nothing. And what's interesting is we showed this earlier, there are real clear numbers that in Dak's career, when he gets run support, he's really good. Really good, exceptional. But he's only won 9 games in his career when he gets less than 100 yards rushing. He is very run game dependent. Mahomes isn't, Josh Allen isn't. That's okay. Some quarterbacks are, some aren't. So Burrow isn't. So my takeaway is, are you surprised at all? Running backs have had a great 4 days. Dallas hasn't done anything, and basically they have a tiny 6th-round pick, a tiny running back's their guy. What do you make of that?
Yeah, you have to wonder if they're a little gun-shy about spending on the position now. They got great production out of Zeke Elliott, then they paid him, and things went the other way. They got great production out of Tony Pollard. They paid him, things went the other way. If you look at their history over the last 10 years, Colin, their history tells us that they've gotten the best out of running backs when they've drafted and developed them themselves, so I think that's probably the way they go here, even though it's not a great class in the draft. Maybe the best running back in the draft is the kid coming back off the ACL, Jonathan Brooks from Texas. And just as far as like where they are, from a global standpoint, Jerry made that comment all in, and, it's obviously affected some of the narratives over the first couple of days of free agency. I'd remind you, like last year, their big move came much later in the offseason. It was a trade for Stephon Gilmore. I think the Cowboys have a swing or two in them. I think they're going to be creative about this. I don't think it was ever going to be viewed the top of free agency the same way a lot of teams did, which was it's a very thin market. And with the exploding cap, there were going to be a number of guys that were going to get overpaid at the top of the market. So, I think the whole plan coming into this was for them to operate creatively. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've got a creative swing or two left in them. Remember, it's only been 48 hours since all of this started.
Yeah. Are you surprised if I would have guessed the teams that would go after Saquon Barkley, Eagles would not have been on my short list. I love him there, by the way. He gets a better O-line. They have star receivers, so you can't crowd the box. He's had safeties in the box for the last 6 years, and he's still been 7,000 yards, over 40 touchdowns. I like Philadelphia, but I am kind of surprised they went for it. Was it a Jason Kelce reaction? What did you make of the move?
No, I think it's a way to add another playmaker to their offense. Like they've already got the both receiver positions taken care of in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They've got Dallas Goedert, who they're really happy with at tight end. And this is a way to add another element to what they're doing offensively. And I do think, you've gotten to the point, and the Eagles always look at these sorts of things, where running backs have become a bargain. I mean, do you know what receivers make $15 million? It's Hunter Renfrow and Cortland Sutton. And look, like running backs traditionally have been a bad investment, when you invest them later in their careers, it can blow up on you. But we're talking about $12 million a year, which is $3 million less than Hunter Renfrow and Cortland Sutton are making. I mean, you tell me what's a better deal, This is a guy who could be getting the ball 15, 20 times a game for you. So I think that's part of it, is reading the market that way. And then there's the reality of who they're up against, right? And I think that's what's so interesting about the running back market this year is we've heard forever what a bad investment running backs are in second contracts, right? There was a team in the Super Bowl that had the highest paid running back in the league on its roster, and maybe as its most important offensive player in Christian McCaffrey. So I think you'd be silly not to look at that and say that might have influenced a team or two. Maybe the Eagles themselves, who beat the Niners in the NFC title game a couple of years ago.
It is funny about that, Albert. Used to nobody paid tight ends, and then you get Travis Kelce and George Kittle, and you're like, we need to pay tight. If you're great at what you do, you're an asset. Christian McCaffrey, if I can remember the longest time, people didn't like to pay interior offensive linemen. The Rams now have 2 expensive guards. That's just, if you're great at what you do, you will eventually get paid. I've got to ask you, Russell Wilson of the Steelers feels like the right fit because their offense tends to have some drama, and Russell can kind of, sync it up.
Yeah.
Do you see it as a long-term thing or just hey, man, Mike Tomlin's going to do what Mike Tomlin wants, and any drama, he had it with Big Ben, he'll move off it. What do you, is it long-term potentially?
It's on the Steelers' terms for now, no question. When they brought him in, they set expectations. He is going to have to compete for the job. He's going to have to beat out Kenny Pickett. He had fished around, for a second year. That would have been one way to get around the offsets and get some extra money in the deal. The Steelers said no. So, on Friday, he went home after meeting with the Steelers. He huddles up with his group on Saturday and makes the decision that Pittsburgh's the place he wants to be. And obviously it gets done on Sunday. And so this was done very much with expectations and parameters set very clearly by Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. And I think it's ideal for Pittsburgh too. Like if Kenny Pickett's a rookie, I don't know that you want to put Russell Wilson in the quarterback room. But the kid gloves are off now. They got to find out about their first round pick. It's decision time on him. And so I think one of two things happens. Either Kenny Pickett, this lights a fire under him and he beats out Russell Wilson and the Steelers have their quarterback of the future, or Russell plays really well. Then you have your answer on Kenny Pickett and you move forward with Russell. Part of the whole logic here is, the point at which you're buying into Russell Wilson. And it's a point at which where you have leverage in this situation if you're the Steelers, and he's going to be motivated to rebound and prove a lot of people wrong. And I know that they feel like that's a really good place to be. Obviously, they still have some work to do at receiver, having offloaded Deontay Johnson, but I think the Steelers feel pretty good about where they are at quarterback now, given the sort of year they had last year, cycling through Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and the rest of it.